Before I delve into pain, claim, game formula, let me start with why you actually need such a great formula for your website. Okay. The first question your audience need to answer when they come to your website, why they should change their current service provider or why they should change the current brand, right? So it is that moment when they just enter the customer journey through your website. Okay, so now they need a solid answer. Why they should come out of a natural stage of inertia, why they should engage with your content, why they should listen to you, why they should take a purchasing decision through your content. Okay, so here you need to give a solid answer that why your service or product is worth their attention. Okay, after you have nudged them into action and they were aware of a need, they understand why they need the service you provide or why they need another service provider. Okay, but then quickly they need another answer, why you? Why not look at various options or alternatives? And then the final question they may ask is, why now? Here, let me explain you. For example, someone has decided that they have a need of taking service that you are providing, and they have clearly understood that you might be able to help them. So now, what is the reason to not postpone that purchasing decision to tomorrow or some other day? So that means, why is the urgency? So more or less, there are three components, critical components must be there in any form of website. If you are not using them, you are totally out. These fundamental questions also follow the buyer's journey or engagement journey with you as they consider letting you help them with a solution. And that journey looks like this. Okay? So this framework is known as Pain, Claim, Game, or in short, PCG framework. And it will help you instantly drive more engagement and conversions on your website. And it will definitely help get people to fill out the lead magnet and may help them come closer to the purchasing decision. Okay? It is basically a persuasive technique that is used in all sorts of marketing communication and not just limited to website. Okay, so it helps you create effective messaging that resonates with your audience. It involves identifying the pain point and problems your target audience is facing, making a claim or promise to address those pain points, and highlighting the benefits or gains your audience will experience by using your product or service. Now the question is how you will apply PCG rule to your website. So here I will share the definitive guide for you. I am assuming that you understood the framework, pain, claim, game, but the word old brain might be poking you. Don't worry, I will explain it. Every human being has 3 layers of brain and every layer has its own function. Okay? New brain, it thinks, middle brain, it feels, and the old brain, it decides. And it takes the input from other 2 brain layers and controls the decision making process. You need to start communicating with the new brain, the sophisticated one, who actually thinks. And the old brain is the brute here, and that makes all the decisions. That is why the formula is pain multiplied by claim multiplied by gain and multiplied by old brain. And that creates the selling probability. Now I will run you through what it takes to build PCG framework for a website. Addressing the pain starts with a diagnosis. You need to figure out their main pain points. You need to do some market research on the industry as well as the product aspect. What problem your audience is facing in the industry. Then it is important to know the language your customer use when describing the pain. You can conduct user service and you can pay attention to exact wording they use. And always remember you need to join the conversation in your prospects' minds. And make sure your prospects acknowledge the pain before you start or sell them anything. Okay? Now, it may get you to the next question: how you can stand out from the crowd with the language. All you need is to be little personal with the communication. So here I'm presenting the Maslow's hierarchy of needs model to help you find what what will move your audience. And that is one of the most important parts of your marketing communication. List down the pain points, the fears and dreams that go to the core of what your audience cares about. Okay, with that insight, tell a story. You know, for survival reason, the old brain, I mean to say, is most alert at the beginning and at the end of interactions. That is why you need to start with a grabber, something that really gets the attention. And this will not only make them look up and take notice, but they will also recognize you as someone who knows them, cares about the same things that they are looking for. No. Yes, the most obvious question is why they should pick you, and what you bring and what you do that no one else can do that. This is all about becoming a trusted guide for them. You need to earn the right to talk about yourself. If you have any testimonial from your customer or case studies, that would help here. People like to follow others who have gone before them and the peers they can trust, isn't it? So, you need to clearly communicate how your product or service solves the pain points identified. Highlight the unique features and capabilities and solutions that differentiate your offering from the competitors. You need to be aware of how your product or service is different from others as people try to understand why to choose you over others. No. So, you need to show the convincing proof of these claims: data, testimonials, case studies, reward, recognition, industry recognition, experts' opinion, third party reviews, verified studies, and a lot of things. To do that, you need to craft compelling messaging that conveys your value proposition effectively. Use persuasive language and storytelling techniques to engage and resonate with your audience. Use contrast in your language. Remember that here you are communicating with the old brain who actually controls the decision. It is resistant to new ideas and concepts. So your proof must be very convincing. Your last job is get this high on their priority list. Okay, here I have made a list of few tricks and I will explain all of them one by one. Okay. Creating fear of missing out. This is a great way to drive urgency. You can tell stories of others who have already had success with your product or service and how they are now moving forward. Use images instead of words. And when you think that video would work better than images, use video there. And this would make whatever you are saying to your prospect is very real. And it would increase the fear of not being a part of the service you are providing. Then comes the number. Trust me, number creates a big impact in prospect's mind. With a number, you have to say that what your previous customers have achieved from you. For example, you can say that, okay, this ABC company has been using your product for last 1 year and they have increased their sales by 30% in this year. Or you can say that, okay, 80% of these kind of users are now using your product. Can you afford to fall behind? Something like that. Sometimes you may need to let others do the talking for you. So in that case, you have to use the testimonials, customers quote, the customer's company logo. And there are many other ways to show that how the previous customers have gone before the prospects. Finally, getting your audience to act now can also be helped by a time-based, unique opportunity. Can you create some kinds of scarcity? A limited period offer, something like that? Remember, the old brain is very selfish and concerned with the survival. It can cares about itself and not anyone else. Your message needs to be entirely about the prospect.